On any given day, across all of New York State, there are 25,000 people caged like animals. And 67% of those folks are legally innocent.
When you have a man that goes to prison, it's not just that person that goes to prison, it's the entire family.
When my son was incarcerated on Rikers Island, he was tortured, abused, and punished before even he was found guilty.
We believe that the solutions need to be driven by the folks who are most harmed and impacted by these awful systems. You need us right at the table.
This is our story. We gotta fight it.
The biggest problem with how bail works in New York State is that most of the folks who are caught up in the criminal justice sector are poor folks who can't afford bail.
I was a 16-year-old incarcerated in Nassau County Jail, and the bail was $4,000. My mother, she couldn't pay the bill off because she's a single parent, and she had to take care of the household.
It's like trying to cage a bunch of animals and prosper from them just sitting there. Every day is $1 for New York City or New York State.
And people in low-income neighborhoods are being held in jails, unable to prepare a defense for themselves.
My son was there pre-trial for 6 years. I realized then that we do need a speedy trial law.
Speedy trial is supposed to be in the Constitution, but we live in this country where they pushing it, especially in New York State, that they have you sitting for 2.5 years without even seeing your evidence.
New York State's regressive, horrible discovery law has so many implications on folks who are trying to align for themselves a fair shot at innocence and freedom.
My son, during his incarceration, had no access to anything.
District attorneys and the prosecution hold all the cards and hold this information from these defendants, hoping that they will take these plea bargains.
Lack of speedy trial forces people into having to take a plea when, in fact, they may be totally innocent.
People who are presumed innocent, people who are before trial, should not be treated as though they need to be punished.
There are a lot of people that don't get the proper discovery or who are not given a speedy trial, and they sit there and they literally rot.
He was in limbo for 6 years, and that deteriorated his mind. He was not even a human anymore.
It damages the entire fabric of a human being. The trauma that's caused after that is also monumental in a lot of cases.
While the fight shut down the Rikers Island prison complex, headed to Gracie Mansion today.
Today, a rally is scheduled to call for Rikers Island jail to be shut down.
The march was led by the Closed Rikers campaign. They said the facility does not deliver safety or justice.
%80 of the folks there on Rikers Island are there pre-trial. If we are talking about folks who are sitting there because they can't afford bail, well, the bail reform from the Free New York campaign could definitely address that.
We want to see the end of cash bail.
Money should not be a leading factor in determining how you get to fight your case from the inside or the outside.
The other piece of it is discovery overhaul.
New York is like one of the few states that still holds their evidence back. Let me know what the evidence is. Don't just have me locked up for 2.5 years and come to find out there's no evidence.
The other piece of the Free New York campaign is speedy trial.
Speedy cannot be just a vague word. We have to put a date and a deadline to that.
What's powerful about the Free New York campaign is that we're starting a movement of people.
We have been able to get over 100 partner organizations, the jail crisis it's a statewide problem. And so it's gonna take a statewide solution.
These issues, some people are scared to talk about. But with Free New York, you have a voice.
Those are our demands, and we expect for them to be met.